Ayo, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yehovah and Yehoshua. Yo, this is Chris Holy, man. All right, so let's talk about it. Inside Studio One, you have the pool, right? You have the pool where the audio files go to. So, right here. So now let's go get some audio files. So I'm gonna drop this in. I'm gonna drop that in. I'm gonna drop that in. So if you notice when I dropped those audio files in, it dropped them inside the pool, right? That's great. So now, if I have this audio file right here and I say I want to name this word and press enter, or I name this word and name this word, it won't change the name of that file, right? That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. All right, so now, if I get this, if I duplicate it, something like that, of course it's not going to add one in there, but if I get it and I press Control D and I bounce it, it's going to add one in here, say record. Now you're going to get it, the name of it that say word, right? So if I duplicate this, it won't add another one in there, right? Let's remove that. So now just showing you the different ways of how the pool work and the comparisons of Reason and Studio One, right? So it's pros and cons. Okay, so now this is the part that's tedious. So let's say you got a song, a huge song, a lot of tracks, everything, and say something pop up and say you got a track missing, a certain thing missing, whatever. So you haven't played with this song in probably like a few days. So you like, damn, it's missing. So let's say this is missing, right? It'll let you know, it'll pop up on the screen, ABCD missing. So now when you get that, you might not remember where to put it at. You feel me? Now you playing the guessing game in a whole song where that goes. And then on top of that, you got to make sure that you put it properly on beat. You feel me? Compared to if it was something like where once you drag it in, you drop it, it lines up from the beginning and then it comes all the way to the end, to a certain degree where it fits. Kind of like the same way how when you exporting track outs, it'd be all that empty space. And then it'd be like the audio, like for example, like this would be the audio, but all this right here be empty space. All this right here be empty space, if that makes sense. So let me see something right quick. Let me try to do it. Okay, about like this, for example. See how you got all this empty space right here? And then the other end will be empty space. So when you drop it in, it's going to synchronize better because it goes all the way to the beginning. And then it goes to the end, where the left and right locate at. So it's going to sit properly. Like, let me say it in a better way. It's like having an audio file sometimes in here serve no purpose if you lose the audio files because you don't know where the shits go at, man. Like you gonna forget. Like if you're a person who don't forget and know where everything go at specifically, yeah, sometimes you're gonna know that. But a lot of the times you might completely forget where something go at, or you might still don't put it in the right place or get that feeling back how it was. So for example, let's say you lose a lot of files. Say all those is gone. It can happen. Like I'm telling you, like it don't happen many a times when I'm doing music, where something is missing in the music, right? You don't save the shit, but you still have the files right here, but it's missing in the sequencer. So let's say you still got the files in here. Let's say you go to them. Let's go to the recorded ones. Let's go to the original ones right quick. And when you grab those and you drop them in here, they're going to line up like that. You're going to have to find every audio file that's missing and remember and know where to place that audio file. It don't serve a purpose. It's like it's like, what's the point of having a pool, man? You know, if I mean, I know the reason why it's good to have a pool, because at least you still got the audio files. But let me tell you, when you experience losing certain stuff or certain things is missing where it's been placed, and you're trying to figure out where to place it at, especially when you're dealing with huge songs, like or somebody sending you 40 tracks or 50 tracks of vocals and everything, and you know, something weird and you made a mistake and something happened, or you moved something or something, deleted the wrong damn thing and saved the music. It can happen, people. And so now, even though you got the audio files, you don't remember where the shit going. So now you're gonna have to go through and listen to everything, and you're gonna have to do a lot of guessing. Yeah, you can accomplish it, but you're gonna have to do a lot of guessing where those audio files are. And I think that's something that need to be perfected better, far as having files in a pool, right? Because DAWs like Studio One, linear DAWs, how they save the music is that when they save it in a folder, and then it got folders in folders, and then you might have a folder that say audio folder, and then you'll see these same files right here in that audio folder. But the point is, like, even if you see what just happened when I dropped them in here, you're gonna have to sit here and guess where that shit go at, man. Like, that's not a good idea. That's really not a good idea. You have to see where they go at A, B, C, and D. All right, so now let's try reason. So now, like I say, every DAW has their pros and cons. Let's go delete these up out of here. Let's go to a browser. I'm gonna just grab anything. It ain't really about the sound. I'm gonna do the same thing, like grab some audio files and just drag 3 down at the bottom. You know, I'm gonna drag another to another track like this, right? All right, so now you gotta remember, like I was saying before, you're gonna go do some audio, you're gonna do some bouncing, you're gonna do editing, blah, 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 stuff like that. So now, do Reason have a pool? Yes and no. Reason has something where everything is saved inside of that one file. It's not like you're gonna see multiple folders. You're gonna see one file that say name of the song, and you click on that and it opens up the music. I actually like this way better. I like both ways, but I like this, you know, instead of having a whole bunch of folders of everything, right? So Reason has something called self-contained settings, where certain files from the outside come in and they self-contain in here. So you don't have to drag extra folders, blah, blah, blah. You know, all you gotta do is give that one file of that music, that Reasons file of that music, to somebody, and they can just click it and open it up, and the stuff is gonna be already in here, right? So now, when you drop these audio files in here, right? You don't have to go look in a pool. I'm gonna show you what you can do. So if I click right here, you know, this is regular audio file A, B, C, and D, right? So now, when you start editing, let's say I get this, you know, I paste that, you know, I make a copy, right? And let's say I join that, like I did, you know, bounce or join, right? Join clip. Matter of fact, let's say I get this one. Let's see, am I tripping? Is it working? I don't know if the keyboard working and shit. What's going on? I'm gonna duplicate this shit, man. So let's say I get this and I duplicate those, boom, and I join. I join clips. So I do all this editing, tweaking, whatever it is. Now, so matter of fact, say I get this one, say I'm recording vocals, and you know, I want to put it on the same track. You know, I got a bar right here, I got 4 bars right here, I got 4 bars down here, you know, because sometimes you record on separate tracks, sometimes you do tagging in that way, right? So whatever you're doing with your music, editing, organizing, moving, shifting things around, you know, like I just did, put this on this track right here, you know, A, B, C, and D, right? So now when you double click and you go to comp edit, what you're gonna notice, you're gonna see that original one that you joined together right here. Right? Same thing like how you see in the pool. So what the ill thing about it is that the audio file is still placed. If you want to bring that back to that part. Matter of fact, let me show you something. Let's get this right. Let's get this right here. And let's cut this out. Say, I don't need that no more. Boom. You close the song, you open it up, you save it one day, you double click, you go right here. That file is right there. The so-called, we're going to call this the pool area. But the ill thing about this is still placed. If you want to bring it back, it's still placed in the spot where it need to be at. You don't have to take something from the pool, drop it into the DAW, and try to figure out where you got to put it at. It's already right there. So all you got to do is just click, click right here. And what it does, I'm sorry. All you got to do is just go right here and then, if I don't remember how to do it. Hold on, maybe I'm tripping. Hold on, let me sure I remember how to do this, man. It's something like that, right? The point is you bring it back, right? Right. So the ill thing about it is always in that place. So now let's go deal with this one right here. You double click on that one. As you see, everything that I post together right here, you still see each one of them how they were before. Right? It was audio files separate from each other. But I end up copying those, putting those together so you see each individual. So even if I go here and cut something out and delete that, and double click, it's still going to have those right there. But again, Studio One could do the same thing where you still got the files. It's just when you lose something and you open up the door and say ABC is missing, you got to try to figure out where to place that audio file. And reason you don't have to figure out where to place the audio file because it's still in the same spot on here. You just got to bring it back. You'd have to figure out where to place it at. You don't got to sit here and try to move some in increments to put it on the track right. Doing the guessing game and shit. That's going to kill a lot of time, when you run into those issues, because I experienced that many years running into those issues of missing files and trying to put it in the right spot. And sometimes it killed the vibe because now you don't know. You're like, damn, I don't even know, man, exactly how I had it, how I shifted, because it could be a sample where the sample got to be playing off this to be on beat. And you like, damn, like, what did I do? Like, I time stressed it. Like, it could be many things that I can't even really explain to y'all when you tap into this type of part. So in other words, you don't want to be in a situation where you have to guess to lay something on the track or have to move something to shift something around. Fuck no. You want to make sure that it's already there. If you need to get it, bring it back, because it's already in its place. This is why Reason needed an option called lock tracks, lock events or something like that. So you can just get this audio file right here, right click, and then you can press lock. So now when you try to move it around, it won't move, like other DAWs like that. That feature come in handy. It add extra sauce to this concept right here already that we have inside of the the combine part. So, but like I say, hold on, let me see something right quick. But like I say, like when you close this and open it back up, the same with Studio One, the files is gonna be right there. You move it around, shift it around. Hell, if I go right here and do this track and I duplicate this to this track, let me see, and I delete this one. Let me make sure. Let me see. I ain't tripping. If I delete this one, delete that track. If I double click right here, it still got it right here. It still got this one, still got all of them. If I double click this one, right, it still got it. It goes with it. It still got all the different versions. Fade it, you could bring it back. You get what I'm saying? So tell me what y'all think about that. What do you get from that? What do you receive from this? Is it something that's missing that I didn't share or that I didn't go over? Again, it's always good to have the audio files. I would just show, my main idea was trying to show you that when it's time for you to, when you have a missing file and when it's time for you to replace that in the right place, in the right spot in Studio One, you're going to go through a whole process trying to figure it out, especially if you forgot. In Reason, you don't have to figure it out because it's still right there in the same spot. You just got to bring it back. This is YYBY. Peace.